Our guest speaker will be here soon to bless all of you. And today is the last session, but yes, we are going to meet again. But let's take the blessings from our guest speaker today. So he will join soon. In the meantime, we can do a little bit of chanting. Hare Krishna.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Wonderful, wonderful. So we'll just wait for one more minute and then we can start. Another exciting workshop on fireless cooking. We saw that our little children, how they enjoyed the fireless cooking and they prepared bhoga for Krishna. Yes, they were the fortunate souls under the guidance of Khushbu Mataji. And we also discussed how Radharani is the best of cooks. And when Krishna also falls sick, well, he does not fall sick, but when he ever pretends to fall sick, he wants to eat only and only Radharani's cooking. So here we have Khushbu Mataji so expertly taking children through a series of stepwise cooking for Krishna. But before we start this session, we have our very respectable preacher of ISKCON Whitefield, His Grace Achyutarjun Sakha Prabhu. So he's here to bless all you children and bless all of us. So let's hear from him today. We know about him. We've had him in the second session, but a little introduction about Prabhuji. He used to work in Germany in an MNC and he was a team leader there. And here also, he is a leader transforming many lives into Krishna conscious, happy, successful lives, many families. And Prabhuji always eats prasadam, and that is why he is the head of the kitchen department in ISKCON Whitefield. So let's welcome His Grace Achyutarjun Sakha Prabhu by chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Over to you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So it's an honor to address all of you again. I am informed that presently some senior kids have joined this session in which they are trying to learn something to cook for Krishna, fireless, and they will offer to Krishna. So I was speaking in the previous session, just like when you love someone, when you cook something for them, you make sure that you cook what you like, what they like, and not necessarily you present something before them which they actually don't like. So what Krishna likes, children are requested to read the Bhagavad Gita chapter 17, shloka number 8, 9, and 10. The Ayurveda says that food can be divided into 3 categories: food in the mode of goodness, food into the mode of passion, and food in the mode of ignorance. And you are what you eat. So food items which are in the mode of goodness are chosen to make some nice bhoga for Krishna. But when it is offered to Krishna, it no longer remains in the mode of goodness. It surpasses and goes to the mode of pure goodness, or it becomes transcendental even to the mode of goodness. And that bhoga, when offered to Krishna, contains prasad. Since all of you are a little senior, I would like to tell you something. Atah Shri Krishna Namadi na bhaved grahyam indriyaihi sevan mukhe jivvado swayam eva spuratyadaha. So our senses are flawed. There are 4 defects with our senses. Whenever we try to see something, read something, understand something, do something, we are fully dependent on our senses to get a full grasp or understanding of it. Sometimes we want to see and believe, that is called Pratyaksha Praman. I'll just close my WhatsApp. Yeah. But seeing is believing, they say, but you cannot see everything. For example, right now there is a spirit soul standing next to me, but you can't see him. So, and there are some electromagnetic waves flowing in this room, but you can't see that. So therefore, seeing is not believing. Pratyaksha Praman is not the best way to get knowledge. Anuman Praman, one has to think and has to come to conclusions. Oh, I heard a big noise in the next room. Or what could be that noise? Or somebody has been shot, or somebody is dancing, or somebody is singing. But actually, when I go in that room, I realize it's just television being played. So Anuman Praman is also not correct. Only Shabda Praman is correct. That is what has been written in the Bhagavad Gita and the Bhagavatam. And learning from these 17 chapters, shloka number 8, 9, and 10, very experienced teachers are trying to teach you the pristine, classical, timeless method of cooking with love and devotion and offering it to Krishna. And then what will happen to us when we do that? Our senses are mundane. We cannot see something which is spiritual. Prasadam is spiritual. When offered to Krishna, it becomes spiritual. But we cannot see it. We cannot see spiritual living entities around us also. However, Sevan mukhe hi jivvado, if we engage our tongue in the service of Krishna, swayam eva spuratyada, we will understand Krishna, Krishna will reveal himself to us. Meaning to say that if we use our tongue for chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, and if we use this tongue to eat Krishna Prasad, then automatically, slowly, gradually, we will understand who Krishna is, what are his name, what are his form, what are his qualities, and what are his pastimes. So simply by chanting Hare Krishna and by offering food according to what Krishna likes, after cooking that with love and devotion and offering that to Krishna and accepting and honoring that prasad, simply by doing two things. By chanting Hare Krishna and by accepting prasad, one can fully realize Krishna. So this is a very, very nice opportunity which all of you have got. Tongue is something very difficult to control. I have seen people traveling 70 miles just to eat something which is horrible. So if somebody gets used to offering nice prasadam to Krishna, nice bhoga to Krishna, and accepting that prasad with the consciousness that yes, this one morsel of food which I'm holding in my hand, it contains the saliva of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. And with that consciousness, when I'm eating, my whole consciousness becomes purified. That is the art of honoring prasad. There are some very nice videos on the YouTube, internet, where you can see how Srila Prabhupada, the founder Acharya of ISKCON, with so much gravity and ecstasy combined, he is honoring prasad. So it is a great fortune. Maha prasade govinde namo brahmani vaishnave. It's a great fortune to accept prasad. Those who have less pious credits, they cannot achieve, they can never get prasadam, they can never eat prasadam also, and they will not value prasadam also. So all of you are very fortunate. And please take this full opportunity, make your life transcendental. A person who has taken a vow to eat prasadam will easily be able to fix their mind on Krishna. However, a person who eats everything else except prasadam can never fix their mind on Krishna. And mind, when not fixed on Krishna, is mind uncontrolled and unbridled. So all of you are young children growing up into the mature adults of tomorrow. Please take up this responsibility of purifying your consciousness by accepting, honoring only Krishna Prasadam. In that way, you'll be able to fully realize Krishna one day. Please remember, when you will be talking about, all of you are expected to become preachers of Krishna consciousness. When you will be talking about Prasadam, or when you will be talking about Krishna to people, they may not sometimes agree. Where logic, conversation, and arguments don't work, Prasadam works. If you can just stuff your Krishna prasadam into their mouth. Simply by eating their prasadam, they'll start agreeing to what you have to say about Krishna. So please use this Mahaprasadam cooking opportunity and become very dear to Krishna. Realize Krishna fully in the core of your hearts. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Jai, thank you very much, Prabhu, for encouraging our young preachers to take up to prasadam, consuming only prasadam, honoring only prasadam. And thank you for that little trick where nothing works, prasadam works. So a big Haribol for Prabhuji. Hari Haribol. Okay, thank you, Prabhu, for appearing and for blessing our children. We are now heading towards our main session. Let me introduce Khushbu Mataji to all of you. Khushbu Mataji is a wonderful Vaishnava and she loves to cook prasadam. She used to work in a big MNC and she left everything for Krishna just to serve the devotees of Krishna, because Krishna says aham bhakta paradhino, because Krishna is also controlled by his devotees, and those devotees who cook beautiful, wonderful, sumptuous bhoga offer to the Lord. And then when we honor the prasadam, we also get a little bit of bliss of the immense bliss that Krishna possesses, and we are happy in our lives. So let's go to Khushbu Mataji. There she is with all her ingredients. And I also see Ved today. Ved Hegde. Oh, Jai. That is Ashwini Mataji and Viraj Prabhuji's son. He's going to help Khushbu Mataji today. Hari Bol, a big Hari Bol for Ved too.
He's representing the senior Vaishnavas here, Mataji. Ara was representing the junior kids and Ved wants to represent the senior kids with me now.
Oh, Jai, that's very inspiring. Thank you, Hari Bol. Over to you, Mataji. Okay.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. As always, I'm humbled by your words. And as in, like you give us so much of credit, like fallen souls like us feel blessed when we hear praises from your mouth. So, Mataji, I'll take over to the session and I'll tell kids why I selected this recipe. So, like mentioned in the Bhagavad Gita, whether will you like to tell what's mentioned in the Bhagavad Gita?
Patram pushpam phalam toyam yome bhaktya prayachati tadaham bhakti uparitam ashnami prayatatmanam.
So they say, like anything offered to Krishna with love and devotion, whether it's a flower, a leaf, or a fruit, Krishna accepts it when his devotee offers it to him with full love and affection. So I want to bring a point here to all my Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis here. Krishna prasadam need not be boring. And it's not like Krishna will only eat dal sabzi roti, or we can only offer dal sabzi roti puri to Krishna. It can be anything that's cooked with love and devotion and with all the regulative principles that we as Srila Prabhupada warriors are supposed to follow. So out here I bring this recipe of a coleslaw sandwich, and the main ingredients in the sandwich are mayos, which all of you love, but we would like to avoid Domino's. The pizza that's served at Domino's or at McDonald's, you would rather want to eat prasadam because it gets you the sukriti, right? And as Prabhuji says, it gets you the intelligence and you are what you eat. So it's better to cook at home and eat at home. Good prasadam, cooked by good bhoga that's offered to Krishna. So we have hung curd, again rich in protein, rich in antioxidants, right? And some vegetables here. And I have this home-baked multigrain bread, which I've baked and I've cut the sides of it. So I would say that it's better to use a multigrain bread. White bread texture looks better, good. It tastes better for some people because it's softer. But I would say it's good to avoid maida. Maida is not easily digestible. It's very refined flour, right? So I would request all of you to try this recipe with either brown bread or multigrain bread and avoid eating maida. So Mataji will start. And I would like to start making the dip first because I think so that excites most of you, right? Can I see all the kids here? Everybody's videos on?
Hi, everybody, please put on your videos.
Yeah. It's exciting to see everybody's ingredients. Can I see your tables laid out? Nicely, beautifully laid out tables. Adya, nice. I see that. Very pretty, Adya. Sanvi, yes. Beautifully done. Shravani, yes. Also, one thing I would like to mention here is, if you're buying something from the market, please read the ingredients. Because at times they say eggless mayos, but it might have garlic powder, which we would not want to have, right? So there's this brand called Viva. I would advise Viva's eggless mayo in case you're using mayos, and otherwise hung curd, which we can make at home. So you can take thick curd and you can just tighten a cloth, take out all the water, which gives you thick curd like this, and which makes a perfect texture for our sandwiches, right? So I'll start making the dip first because that is the most exciting part of the sandwich. All we have this hung curd here. So we'll add a little bit of hung curd. Viru, would you want to add that? We'll add a little hung curd. Then we'll have little mayos in it. Little hung curd, little mayos. Whisk it well. Whisk it well. Mix it well. All of you mix it well like the way Vedu is doing. See how we are doing it. Just mix it very well so that both the things blend in together and we don't see chunks of curd separate and chunks of mayo separate. I'll add little chopped pudina leaves to it. Salt as per your taste. Pepper powder. Little oregano, since all of us are fond of oregano these days. And then we'll add little paprika powder. Paprika powder is nothing but a Kashmiri tikha lal. Modern name for Kashmiri tikha lal is paprika powder. It's just the name of a mirchi that's named as paprika. So you need not fret too much if you don't have paprika powder, okay? That's just an addition I've done. Also, kids, there might be some ingredients which I've not mentioned in the list, but I'm using here. It's just different permutation and combinations that come to my mind, and I want to give you those ideas so that you can try it at a later date. And you can always experiment with the sandwiches in the way you want. Like I've mixed plain mayos here, you could mix mint mayos, like the way I have these ones. You could have used these mint mayos also, just in case you like the flavor of mint. But since we've added fresh mint, so the need was not there. Now see, you see the creamy texture of the mayo? To this we can add little olive oil in case you like olive oil. Olive oil is totally optional, just in case you like it. But just 2-3 drops of it, because we do not want the taste of pudina or the mint leaves that we've added to it to be overpowered by the olive oil. Right? And whisk it nicely. Whisk it nicely. We'll only taste it once it's offered to Krishna, because it's bhoga that we're preparing for Krishna. We should have all our consciousness into it. Keep chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra in your mind so that we have all the consciousness into it, that this is bhoga that I'm preparing from Krishna from my own hands. This is something that I'm preparing for my beloved Lord. That is the consciousness and the mood that should be, and not worrying about what we are doing and what the outcome would be. But we should only think, oh, this is an awesome prasadam that I'm making, bhoga that I'm making for Krishna, and it would taste wonderful. I assure you that neither would the salt be wrong, neither would pepper be wrong. When you have this consciousness, this is for Krishna, and Krishna will accept it. Right? So I have this dip ready here. You can refrigerate it because it always tastes better when it's refrigerated. So you can just refrigerate it for some time. Well, and then we'll come to the main part of the sandwich, the coleslaw sandwich. So the main ingredient of the coleslaw sandwich is shredded cabbage. Shredded cabbage. Do all of you have shredded cabbage? You must be having cabbage, right? Cabbage was mentioned. If I see Trai saying yes, if you haven't shredded it, you can shred it like this. I can wait. I can see into your windows. You can raise your hands if you want me to wait for you to shred your cabbage. And if you have them shredded, we can go forward. Lakshmi, you want to shred it? I will wait. We'll wait for you. You can just shred a little part of the cabbage. In the similar way, carrot. Small shredded carrot. You could probably grate it in a grater or something. I see Sanvi doing it. Good job. Cool. So let's get things together. Let's get our things together. Should we get started? Everybody ready? Raise your hands. Everybody ready? Should we get together? Could you put this hunker in a mixing bowl? I have this big mixing bowl here. All of you can take that, a bowl like this to mix all your ingredients well. You can use this one. See, he's got the hunkered here. So the proportion of the hunkered would depend upon the taste. If you like mayos more, you can add more mayos. And if you like hunkered more, you can add hunkered. Hunkered would give you a very neutral flavor and not a sour flavor because we've taken out all the excess water from it. And it's important to take out the excess water. Otherwise, your sandwiches will go runny and the bread will get soggy. We need a dry filling inside so that the sandwich doesn't get soggy and it stays for some time. To this hunkered mixture, we'll add some mayos. We can add half of it. We'll add half of it. Little more. Normally, 1:1 ratio is prepared for hunkered and mayo. If you keep the ratio as 1:1, it gives you a creamy structure as well as it's going to give you the taste. But if you like cheesy or the mayo flavors more, you can increase the amount of mayo as well. Right? We can just mix it together. Now, the main part of coleslaw sandwich is this mustard sauce. It's a very overpowering flavor of mustard that we would have in the sandwich. So I'll add a generous amount of mustard sauce. But be sure that mustard sauce is very tangy, so you don't overdo it. Remember this thing that you don't overdo it. Vero, can you mix it? Just show all of them how to mix it. Yeah, just mix it up. Whisk it nicely. Whisk. Whisk it nicely. See, we need to get a very creamy texture. Everything should be mixed well. Everything needs to be very, very well mixed. I don't want to see anything white or I don't want to see the mustard sauce lying separately. Can you see mine? It looks like a butterscotch cream right now. That nice yellow color has come. So this I'll add salt as usual. Little pepper powder as per your taste and preferences. Good amount of pepper, but freshly grounded pepper. That is what I prefer because it gives a good flavor. Now we'll add little lemon juice to it, but be very careful in adding lemon juice since we're already using curd and you do not want to make your sandwiches sour. Also, mustard sauce has a tangy flavor, so you don't want to lose the sense of mustard sauce, right? Just mix it well. Just mix it well. Nicely mixed. To this, I'll add my shredded cabbage and toss the shredded cabbage in it. Shredded cabbage and my carrots. The carrot general. Now you can mix it well. Again, cabbage has to be more than the carrots. Remember this thing, that the amount of cabbage in the mixture has to be more than the carrots because coleslaw sandwiches are mainly composed of mayos, hunkered, cabbage, and mustard sauce. So the flavor of mustard sauce should be there, and every bite should have the crunch of cabbage. And see how Vedu is doing it. See how Vedu is doing it. You see that? See how smooth the mixture has become. Everything is blended well. I don't want things to be running apart. I don't want things to be running. I don't want things to be running apart because it should sit in as a filling, like a potato filling. Have you seen a potato filling in masala dosa? It should be filling in like that. It's not gonna run. It should not fall off your sandwich when you're taking a bite of that sandwich, right? All my ingredients have gone into it. Salt's gone into it. Pepper's gone into it. Lemon juice, mayos. Then we have the hung curd. I can add little oregano again since I'm very fond of oregano. And I suppose all of you are very fond of oregano. You can skip oregano in case you don't like it. I like it because it gives that little pizza feeling. And you just mix it well. So since we are short on time here, the best way of making a coleslaw sandwich is that you make the dip, you refrigerate the dip, and you make the filling and you refrigerate it. So somebody on the chat room is saying that I do not have mustard sauce and can I use tomato sauce? But the main essence of coleslaw sandwich is mustard sauce. So I would request you that when you try them at home next time, please get a mustard sauce for yourself, because it makes no sense to make coleslaw sandwiches without a mustard sauce. When we add tomato ketchup, it becomes a normal sandwich. But coleslaw sandwiches are basically shredded cabbage and mustard sauce. I need that mixture. I need the texture like this. Does it look yummy? Do you think Krishna is going to accept it? And Krishna would also love it? You're not allowed to taste it. It's Krishna's bhoga first. Only Krishna can taste it and then I'll taste it. I can only admire it. Oh my God, something very beautiful that I'm cooking for my Lord. And he's going to love my offering today. Right? So I'll keep it aside. And keep your counters clean. Cleanliness is also an important part of a Krishna conscious journey. We need to be organized. We need to be clean. We need to be healthy to serve Krishna. If you're not organized, you're going to get time to do all your activities as well as serve Krishna. Right? So I have this multigrain bread here with me. We'll start by spreading. Now, spread depends on what you like, but something that should not contradict with the flavor of mustard sauce and hung curd that I have there. You could spread butter on it, little melted butter. You could spread that. You could spread plain mayos. You could spread mint mayos. But when we add too many flavors to a thing, the flavor of the main ingredient, like the mustard sauce, would go waste. So I would prefer to keep it very, very neutral with plain mayos, plain eggless mayos that we are going to use it. And again, we have fat-free mayos also these days. So it's good to use those 99% fat-free mayos, which doesn't make the sandwich very heavy because we've already added a lot of hung curd inside. And we've added, there's a dip on the side which has mayos. So we should keep these things also into check, that we're not eating too much of a fat into a particular food. Nutrition should be balanced in terms of protein, fat, calcium, iron, and everything that's going inside. And since all of you are young kids, you're growing kids, it's very important for you to keep a check on that. So do you see, it's a generous amount of mayo that I've spread on the bread. Not like a very, very thick layer, because I have a coleslaw sandwich filling that's going inside. Vedu, would you like to do one and show it to everybody? Yeah. Okay, take it. Yes, good job. Yeah. Hold the bread in your hand. Be very gentle with your bread. You don't want your bread to break while applying. Be very gentle. See, like this. See, like this, you hold your knife like this. You take the dip like this. Just like this on the side. And you see how am I doing it? And very gently like this. We don't want to be very hard with the bread because it would break in the process. Very gently. You should feel as if you're applying some makhan to Krishna's lotus feet. That is the feeling that you should have while applying this mayo on the bread. That is the feel I'm getting right now. That my Krishna is going to love this. And it's for Krishna I'm making it. So I'm making it with a lot of love and devotion. So, do you see my breads here? Now I'll put the filling here. I'll put the filling here. Can everybody see my plate? So this should be a go-to snack when you're going to school, when you're going for your coaching classes, when you're going to the temple, when you want to carry a snack in your tiffin box, it's a perfect snack, not very tough to make. You can always have shredded cabbage and carrots in the fridge, and you can always mix them into mayos and hunkered. Hunkered hardly takes 20 minutes. In the meanwhile, you finish your bath, you can just put that curd into the muslin cloth or any napkin, basically. So I would apply this only on one layer, not on both the layers, you see. I'll just apply it on one layer because we do not want to overpower it and then the sandwich might fall if it's too tall. So now it's your choice whether you want to make it a 2-layer sandwich or a 3-layer sandwich. Whether you want a 2-layer sandwich or a 3-layer sandwich for Krishna. You want a 3-layer sandwich for Krishna? So Vedu says he wants to offer Krishna a 3-layer sandwich. So I'll apply a little more mayos here. Again, I'm not going to mix flavors because I want the flavor of mustard sauce to overpower. I really want that flavor of mustard sauce to overpower. It's like every crunch should remind you that there's a lot of mustard sauce into this. That's the main ingredient here. So generously, I've applied again a very thin layer of mayo on top of the bread after it was covered with the first layer. Like this, do you see that? Do you want to apply Veduna? Try your hands on it. It's okay to use your hands. If your hands are washed, neat and clean, you can use your hands to spread it. But it's a good idea to use the cutlery that's provided. Take it, spread it. Yeah, spread it gently. You can hold your bread with one of the hands like Edu is doing with his 2 fingers. He's holding the bread. Can you see that? That would hold it. We don't want the bread to run away. We don't want the tower to fall. So each bread has to lie on one on top of the other. Good job. And you need to cover all the corners so that when you're taking a bite, you shouldn't feel, oh, this bite doesn't have my filling. Why am I eating only plain bread? You don't want to get that feeling, right? And nicely I've covered this with a 3rd layer. So again, we have a choice here whether we want the bread toasted or we want the bread non-toasted. I've taken non-toasted bread because I just baked it fresh. But if you like toasted bread, you like a crunch, you can toast it a little with butter. You can toast it at this stage also. At this stage, you could put it in the sandwich toaster or probably on the tawa or the griddle pan. Just toast it a little with little butter on both the sides, but not too much. Because then that raw vegetable crunch would go. That's the main part here, right? So my beautiful sandwich is ready and I'll just cut it using a knife. I'll just cut it. Do you see how beautiful it looks? Can all of you see how beautiful it looks? Can I see your sandwiches? How do your sandwiches look? Does anybody want to show me his or her sandwich? Are you still in the process of doing it? I see Shravani making it nicely. Sanvi is doing that. All the kids are busy. I see Samruti is almost done. Samruti, good job. Lakshmi, good job. Anvita, good job. Anvita has done it very nicely. Alisha also, I think so, is done. Kartike, very good. And I see some of the videos off. Can we have all the videos on? It's a good idea to have your videos on and cook for Krishna together.
Yes,
And offer to the
all the children to please put on your videos. Yeah. As Mataji is requesting, please put on your videos, children.
Sanvi, you're cutting it very nicely. Beautiful job, Sanvi. I really like the way you're cutting your sandwich. Good job. Vada, are you done? Monisha, I think, is spreading the mayos on the sandwich, the filling on the sandwich. Suryansh, good. I see beautiful bread that Suryansh has. So kids, from today, make sure that all of you eat multigrain breads. Stop eating the white maida bread. That's my request to you. White bread does no good to our health, right? So it's a good idea to either consume a brown bread or a multigrain bread. So now I'll start plating my sandwich. Should we start plating the sandwich? I'll nicely plate it here. So I have little feta cheese also, which I forgot to add, which we could have added to the sandwich, but this is totally optional. I'm not a cheese person, so I forgot to add feta cheese. And I don't want to serve Krishna too many calories. But you can always add this feta cheese or mozzarella cheese, whatever cheese you like. But remember, if you're adding mozzarella cheese, it's a good idea to heat the sandwich a little because mozzarella cheese tastes good when it's a little melted. Right? So it's up to your choice. And in the small bowl, I'll put little dip here. So see, it's very important how you serve your food. Not only about cooking, but it's very important to serve your food nicely. So I've nicely kept my mayos and my sandwich here. And one surprise ingredient that I have for all of you is these pickled vegetables. It's nothing but I have just soaked carrots and these cucumbers in vinegar and water. I'd cut them in the morning, soak them in little vinegar and water, and it makes a good side for your sandwiches or your burgers. So next time when you're making sandwiches or burgers for your parents, give an attempt to these pickled vegetables. Nothing, but just add little vinegar, like probably say 1 tablespoon of vinegar to half a glass of water. Soak your vegetables in it. See the way I've cut them. No seeds in the cucumber. Nice thin carrots. And you can always put it on the side. Right? How does it look? Does it sound exciting? Does it sound exciting? Yeah. And we can do one more thing. How does it sound?
Yeah.
Yeah? And since it is mustard sauce, I can add a hint of mustard sauce here to make my plate look more beautiful. And all of you can have a taste of mustard sauce here. You want to show everybody, right? That this is mustard sauce. Right. Can you bite into the sandwich? Raise your hands if you feel we can bite into the sandwich now. How many of you say we can bite into the sandwich? Raise your hands. Or should we offer it to Krishna first? Right? Whether can we bite into the sandwich or is it to be offered to Krishna first? It's to be offered to Krishna first because we've made it for Krishna. Right? Don't forget the fact that anything that I'm cooking in my kitchen is for Krishna because it's Krishna's kitchen. Krishna's mercy that we are able to cook into our kitchens. We are able to cook bhoga for Krishna into our kitchens. We should find ourselves lucky that we get this opportunity to cook for Krishna. Right? So, all of you, have your plates ready, have your bhoga plates ready. I have this nice steel plate here, which I use only for Krishna's bhoga. All of you have your favorite saucers, bowls, spoons in the house, right? So we should have one for Krishna also, that is his favorite. So I have this nice cute Mickey Mouse plate for Krishna in my house. And I like to put this sandwich for Krishna in that. And what's the most important ingredient that needs to go inside this? Tulsi leaf. Do all of you have Tulsi leaves with you? Everybody has Tulsi leaves? And I will offer Krishna everything that I have cooked. Whether it's pickled vegetables, whether it's the mayo, whether it's the dip, Krishna needs to taste everything before any one of us gets to eat it because it's Krishna's bhoga. Cover it nicely. And as all of us eat, has everybody got Tulsi leaves? Since I think so it's dark outside, I don't think so it's a good idea to plug the Tulsi leaves now. Right? And I'll place this bhoga in front of Krishna. I'll nicely place this bhoga in front of Krishna. Here goes Krishna's water. Right? Cover it with a neat napkin. These are certain etiquettes that we need to follow. These are certain regulative principles that we need to follow. Anything that is being cooked by me is being offered to Krishna. And only after Krishna has accepted the bhoga, it becomes prasadam for us. And eating prasadam keeps you fit, keeps you healthy. Prabhuji just mentioned, it gives you the strength and it gives you the intelligence to take your decisions wisely. Right? And we have everything here. And we'll have Dedu and we have Ashwini Mataji with us to recite the Bhoga mantras. There are a set of prayers, I think so most of you would be aware of, that we need to offer to Krishna.
Namo Vishnupadaya
Krishna
Prasthayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namane Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharane Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashata Deshatarine Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Name Gaure Krishna Namah Namo Brahmanaya Devaya Go Brahmana Pitaya Cha Jagatpitaya Krishnaya Govindaya Namo Namah Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Now only after offering the beautiful offering to Krishna can we taste it, right? But remember, I'm not eating into Krishna's utensils. I'll mix the bhoga with the entire cooking that I've done so that it becomes prasadam for us, right? It is prasadam that I'm supposed to honor. And only after this bhoga is mixed with whatever we've cooked, does it become bhoga. Does bhoga become prasadam, right? Honor it with a lot of love and respect because these are Krishna's blessings on us. And Vedu, can you bite into the sandwich? But what are you supposed to say before you bite into the sandwich? What are you supposed to say?
Mahaprasade Govinde Namo Vaishnavi Brahmane Svalpa Punyam Vatam Rajam Vishwasane Vajayate Sharira Madhyata Jodendriya Tarika Jive Fere Vishaya Sabure Tata Madhya Jivarani Lobho Mai Sudharmati Take Jita Katil Samsare Krishna Varo Dora Mohi Kori Bhare Jiva Jai Swaprasad Anandilokay Seyana Vitapao Radha Krishna Tulgao Preme Dakho Chaitanya Nidai Jai Nidai Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare.
So this is one prayer that we're supposed to eat before we are honoring the prasadam. And now whether you can bite into this yummy sandwich and tell everybody how does it taste. Do you feel the mustard sauce?
Yeah,
And how is the sugar and how is the salt and the pepper?
it's really nice.
So I said, no, you can never go wrong with salt and pepper when you're cooking prasadam for Krishna, when you're cooking bhoga for Krishna, because you've done it with love and devotion. And when Krishna sees so many Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis come together to cook for Krishna, he's definitely bound to feel happy. Right? So Mataji, this is all from my side. I think so all the kids are excited to taste their prasadams. But before that, let's break into the rooms and
Jai, wonderful, wonderful with that Bhoga mantra and Sharira Vidyajal also. And we could hear Mataji's chanting in the background, Ashwini Mataji, Diya also, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Priya is not here. Mataji, we have Vedu and Ashwini Mataji. They had to attend some
Oh.
classes.
Jai, Jai. Okay, so let's go to the breakout rooms now and we can have a look at what each one of you has done. And requesting Shweta Mataji to kindly put everybody in the breakout rooms. And then Khushbu Mataji will, okay, in the meantime, Ved can honor the prasadam, sit comfortably and enjoy the prasadam, Maripol.
Mataji, I've visited room 2. So how do I hop into room 1 now? I'm not very comfortable with this. So if you could guide me how to go about it.
No problem, Mataji. Can I put you to room 1?
Sure, Mataji, sure.
Yeah, okay. Just let me know once you're in.
Yeah, Mataji, I've visited room 2, so we can go to room 1 now.
Okay, so once you're done with room 1, you can come back here and then I can put you to room 3.
Sure, Mataji.
Okay, Mataji. Hare Krishna, Khushbu Mataji.
Yes, Mataji. Sorry, I was on mute.
No problem. So you have visited room 1 and 2, Mataji, right?
Yes, Mataji.
I'll take you to room 3 now.
Sure, Mataji. With
Okay, so room 3. I've taken care. Room 1 and 2. I think, I'm sure Mataji's would have been there. No, Dakshayani Mataji.
Mataji, I was in room 1.
Okay, and room 2.
Shweta Mataji, who was there in room 2?
Mataji, room 2, Nayana Mataji was there.
Oh, okay.
Naina Mataji. Okay.
We have 3 rooms. We had 3 rooms, right? Mataji?
Yes, yes, Mataji.
Okay, wonderful. All right. So has everyone joined?
Yes, Mataji, everyone should be here now.
Okay. Everyone has joined from the breakout rooms. So it's time to thank our instructor for today, our wonderful Mataji, who is a mother of 2, Arav, and the beautiful Nimai, who's just turned 1. No, he's going to turn 1. No, he's just turned 1. Sorry.
No, Mataji, it's first Janmashtami. He's going to turn 1 on 10 September.
September. I thought August. Yes. So he's just going to turn 1. So let's chant for the entire family and thanking Mataji for such
I'll show you in a moment.
yet another exciting recipe. Okay, Nimai is here. Hari Bol. Let's chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you very much. Thank you, everyone. Please do not leave the WhatsApp group. We will be posting the videos soon. And please get in touch with us. Whoever has, secured any position has won. But all of you are winners. We enjoyed this 5-day session more than y'all, I think. Isn't it, all the Matajis? So a big call to all the instructors, all the Matajis who helped us. Thank you very, very much on behalf of ISKCON Whitefield. I take this opportunity to thank each and every one of you for helping us make this in making this workshop a big success. And children, may Krishna and Radharani bless you always. May you become great preachers of this holy name. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you very much. Thank you.